Hey guys, it's kinda good morning, but not really. I woke up like after 3 hours of sleep. I went to store, got the booze ready for the Call of Cthulhu in a few days, and couldn't go back to sleep. So I guess we start a stream. Might be in multiple parts today, but I definitely feel it in me for at least 3-4 hours. So we have a Collings month request here. He has requested more Lampards Khemri with the special rules, which are no mount on Cetra, so no Khemri War Sphinx or the Chariot of the Gods, and also 2 constructs limit per army. The mounts do not count as constructs though. I was just saying how I got like 3 hours of sleep. 3 hours. It's crazy, you know, when you're having the vampire life, and then 2 weeks later, you know, you have some obligations in the middle of the day or early in the morning. It messes up your patterns, schedule. Okay, this is the I think this is the 4th time we play Tomb Kings. We played Grand Hierophant Katep in Iron Vortex. Played Khemri in more Lampard, so this is the 2nd Khemri campaign, 4th Tomb Kings campaign, and we play the Archon Black in more Lampards. Yoo-hoo! Hey, Sime. Special thing about Setter has a faction effect that increases public order, all provinces. So his public order is easier to manage, plus 10 growth all provinces. And construction time is faster for the core building. His lore effect has a 100% increase aura size for the leadership. The +3 leadership aura, the blue circle, the lords have, and he has 10% bonus on the casualty replenishment rate for the Tomb Guard and the Skeleton Chariot units. Wasn't set plan after Vampire Coast. Well, it was a perfect time to play it now, and I asked Calling, and he agreed that we can play it now. Yeah, Vampire Coast is in 2 weeks, so it's still plenty of time. The special things of the Tomb Kings is the Mortuary Cult. They collect a special resource, the Canopic Jars, which can unlock additional special units, additional armies, and craft items. You can also use them to unlock certain things on the technology tree, which are pretty much called dynasties. Learn from the dynasties of the past to awaken ancient Tomb Kings, unlocking new armies and heroes to command. They also have Realm of Souls. Tomb Kings use incantations in the forms of replenishment and summoning. Bring the dead back to life should enough souls of their own be lost in battle. I don't think we have played Tomb Kings since they buffed the Realm of Souls. But Realm of Souls was very small healing in the past. This even button here, so we'll talk about Cetra here. Bunch of icons. Of course, as usual in Warhammer 2, we're playing on the highest difficulty, which is a legendary campaign and very hard battle. Battle has only very hard, only. Makes you wonder, what's the legendary battle difficulty in Trons Britannia? We're done WCB yet? What do you mean? I don't know. Initial challenge for Cetra is easy, but you will see what can happen in the early game. Let's begin, boys. He starts with a tier 5 unit, which might be the part of having him easy initial challenge. The greenskins were buffed at the same time the Tomb Kings were released, so it's not that, you know, simple.
Mighty Cetra, greatest of all kings, your civilization lies in mere ruins of its former glory. Much must be done to restore greatness to your kingdom, and for all to fear your wrath once more.
Wrath.
To the north, sire, savage greenskins threaten to raid your lands. They defile your mortuary shrines. Vengeance must be taken. More greenskins and Skaven dwell in the mountains to the east, sire. They pose a potential future threat, while regions further south are already occupied by the Necrarch Brotherhood, sucking dry what life there still is in the desert. But these, great king, are but more distractions to a grander plan. The Black Pyramid stands guarded for now by a sentinel army. Control it, and claim its dark secrets, and with it unimaginable power. You are Cetra the Imperishable, and all shall obey your rule.
Yeah. I'm a fan of Tomb Kings. I've still not decided how I feel about them in on my favorite faction list, but I like them a lot. So, what was not mentioned out on the faction selection screen is the Books of Nagash. It says here, scattered far and wide throughout the world, Books of Nagash, once collected, will grant you great powers and unique rewards. There are 9 Books of Nagash, but there is 8 here. Followers of Nagash start with a book. Oh boy, look at this. There is actually a list of titles here. I think I actually read this the first time I played this campaign. These are his all titles. All of his titles. What the hell? This is actually not all, and many, many more. So we have to occupy Loot Razor Sec 4 defense elements as the first objective. Insert title here. For a treasury of plus 1000. The economy for the Tomb Kings works different than the other factions. So the income values and the income values are you know, different. The Tomb Kings do not pay upkeep for the units, and they do not pay recruitment costs. They use money for different things, mainly buildings. For example, look at this: the infantry, the barracks, quite expensive. Make a tier 3 is 12,000, which is quite a lot for the Tomb Kings early. They also use it for the mortuary cult, or the Legions of Legends at least. And the dynasties, some of the dynasties cost gold, some cost the canopic jars. Okay, we have here. I remember last time when we played this, I actually went for the early pyramid. I didn't really feel like any benefits from going the early pyramid. You can see everything is scaled differently for the Tomb Kings. The gold mine is resources only tier 2, and they give much lower amounts of resources and income.
Only slaves worry about heat.
The gold, it's can be an issue if you're using a lot of heroes, as the hero actions can be quite expensive for the Tomb Kings. And of course, gold is also used for diplomacy. Over time, you do get to build a big income. Aladano, we actually did read it last time. Difficulty level, we'd have playing the highest difficulty. Okay, so as the Khemri, we started war with top notes who are strength rank 1. Savage orcs are quite the problem for the Tomb Kings early game. There are other Tomb Kings around us, our enemy, the followers from Nagash. But with this faction,
Cover your wrappings, you.
I don't think you can actually ever get a peace treaty with this faction as the Cetra. So we are at war with followers Nagash and top notes. There are other Tomb Kings around. The Rahab dynasty, Numas, Sentinels, and in here are I think called the Doom Kingdoms. Yoo-hoo!
There are possibilities.
Green is here. We don't care about Strigos Empire right now. They're probably gonna get wrecked by the Bretonnians. It did last time we played.
My will be done.
Yeah.
My dynasty has hosted you before. I cannot remember when.
Cannot remember when.
My leech advisors beat the truth.
Okay, so we have
I hold the mantle of king, of royalty. You are nothing but a husk.
these guys are basically just holding the pyramid. Gold is kind of precious to us,
Here.
and these guys do not like
But
top
first
knots
we
who are
must
fight the Rahab
negotiate.
dynasty. Since it's green, we could go for a trade agreement. But 41 is not much. They might be dead in under 5 turns. How much money do they have? 700? Well, I'm not sure. What did they pay? $500. Easy money. Yeah.
Salutations. We have an issue.
That is a Strigoi
Perhaps I can resolve it for
as
a
a
cost
voice
we
of a
can both
necromancer.
agree on.
What the hell?
Priest king of great. Together, we could make Nehikara great again. Let the restoration commence.
Yeah, these guys are on the edge for, with this. It's okay getting that extra 500.
Cetra is desiccated.
In the early game of the Tomb Kings, the most important thing is to unlock another dynasty. So, army capacity +1. We currently can have only one army.
Bow before your king.
All heroes. So we need to get the numbers. Which dynasty are we going to unlock here? We can only have two constructs. Oh, the public order on top of public order is nice. This is all really irrelevant here right now. This one is okay. This one is okay. I like the Alhazar II of the 6th dynasty. Him as the second lord, he actually has chariots which do a lot of damage. And you do get extra 4 chariots. I do not really like his the unit technologies here. This is the important one here. This one is also very important. A Kara Warrior is actually pretty good once you get this. 15 armor for the skeleton archers. They just melt if you don't have 15 armor. Yeah. When it comes to rules, we can only have 2 constructs in army. It's you know, like a rule from what Colin decided. This icon here means it's a construct. See this icon here? So on tier 3 we have Ushabti and the Sepulchral Stalkers, the constructs. The Necropolis Knights are also constructs. All tier 4 and tier 5 units are constructs. So you have 2 tier 3 constructs, and everything tier 4 and tier 5 is a construct. Which means we won't be building many of these buildings. We won't be building many. Since of this limitation, it's safe to say that we will not be building a cavalry building this campaign. Or the Scorpion Nest. Maybe not even the Ushabti building, but since it's a tier 3 early, it's okay. Definitely no cavalry building, and I think I might consider the Scorpions, since 2 Scorpions are better than 2 Ushabti. If we have to limit ourselves to 2 constructs, which is the rules, we're gonna prioritize the Hero Titans. The Hero Titans is definitely gonna be one of these constructs when we get tier 5. Early tier 3 and tier 4 will be Ushabti and the Scorpions. Cavalry building ignored. It's the weakest units of the Tomb Kings if you have to compare it to the rest. And since the Tomb Kings unlock units via military infrastructure and advanced military, this is the lowest priority. Necropolis Knights are decent, but before them, not so much. I have not used the Bone Giant before, but that bonus versus large is crazy. I actually wanna see it myself personally, how effective this is. We have not tried the Bone Giants. Just one second, guys. This isn't a really bad timing for this, but I guess I can save it for later. Now this is a proper anti-large bonus right there. Yeah. That's what I want to see how this will work. When it comes to single entity, every single entity in the game has a bonus which is way off, either infantry or large. It's like they didn't even bother making a proper unit. One moment, guys. Looks like we have a new stuff already. Emotes. Got the new loyalty badges. Just gonna have to save them. Totally forgot the mentions of this thing. Sorry guys for interruption. I'm going to need a couple of minutes. I can immediately update this, otherwise I'm going to read about it. Okay. Very bad timing with this, but I have to do this. I'm just gonna need a couple of minutes, boys. Sorry for interruption, but it's a kind of bad timing at the beginning of the campaign here. Waited a long time to get this. Which made that you can have now loyalty badges up to 8 years. I only had for the first 2 years. I have ready ones for the next 4 years. My emote guy is back. He had issues with his back, so he couldn't be PC. Second.